Hola, ¿qué tal? Bienvenidos. So I've just been to Mexico on holiday for 2 weeks, which has been absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. And the reason I go to Mexico on holiday, I go quite a bit, is I've got a friend who lives there, a very dear friend who is so kind and so hospitable to me that makes it possible for me to go, basically. And there's a couple of things about Mexican culture that I really, really love. The Mexicans are super hospitable. It's something that's built into their culture, super, super hospitable. And that just came across to me on this trip of the kindness of my friend and his family. I stayed with his mum in her spare room, and they were just so kind and so hospitable towards me. And that really made a big impression on me. Another thing about Mexican culture is the role of the family. And in Mexico, it's quite poor and there's no welfare state. So people really depend on the family to help them when they're sick or when they've got no money. People really pull together to help each other. And that really struck me in a way that over here in England, because we've got the welfare state, you don't really need your family in the same way at all because the state will look after you. So it makes me wonder, is the welfare state good for the family? Is it good for society? Does it lead us to be less close as a society and less close in our families? It's a really interesting question that being in a different culture like Mexico kind of raises for me. Yeah, Mexico is just absolutely amazing. It's a very kind of tragic country. It's a beautiful country and a tragic country. It's got like really amazing things. I went to the shopping centre, which was like amazing, better than any shopping centre I've been to over here. But then they don't have like tap water. All their water's bottled because the water system's not developed, and they don't have trains, and it's like really weird. They've got better things than we have and far worse things than we have. And I think that just sums up Mexico. It's like a country of like two extremes. And maybe that's why I love it so much, because it's so different and because it's just so amazing. So while I was in Mexico as well, I celebrated Mass most days in a church there, in Mexican, in Spanish, which is quite a challenge for me. My Spanish is a bit rusty, but really, really wonderful. And I gave a few sermons, which I can't imagine how they sounded to the people there, probably really hard to understand and whatever. But they were so appreciative, and that's something really nice about the Mexicans. They just gave me a round of applause for speaking in Spanish in Mexico. And they thanked me for going to Mexico. I think that's so sweet and so kind. So it just makes me fall in love with the country just more and more. So thank you to everyone over in Mexico who made me so welcome, and I can't wait to go back and see you all again.